Hey everyone, it's Hugo, and in this video I want to show perhaps the dumbest or the most creative experiment that I've ever shared. It's actually quite funny. I can't believe how well it's working actually. So as most of you know, I am the founder of Productrise, a platform that helps you rank your products higher, track your products, track your competitors, audit your products, and rank them higher in Google, specifically in Google's shopping carousels. The shopping carousels that show up for about 90% of all commercial keywords. But anyway, I want to test my platform. I want to know if it's working, but the problem is I don't have a web shop. I am not in e-commerce anymore. I used to have clients in e-commerce back when I was working in an agency, but now I don't. And so what I did as an experiment is I created a fake web shop. I created products to the Productrise website, and these products are real in a sense. These are all products that are left over from my wedding. I got married about 4 months ago, and this is one of the products. This is a champagne wall that I made myself. It was a custom project, and it's still in my basement waiting to be sold, but no one has bought it yet. And so what I did is I created a landing page for it so that I can use it to test in Google Merchant Center. Basically, the whole test is, can I rank my own products and optimize my own products using Productrise? And so this is one of the products I created. I've got two others. They're all from my wedding, these cool little table skirts. And then this third product, which is simply just a bar ladder. It costs €5. And these prices are all just arbitrary. There's an order button, but pressing this doesn't do anything. It's a fake web shop. I wanted to see if I can rank these products on Google Shopping using Productrise. And so the first thing I did is I created a product feed for these three products using our product feed feature. And basically what I did is I created a new feed because I didn't have an existing feed already. I'm obviously not using tools like Channable or Shopify or whatever. And so I created a new feed. I entered my website. Let me just type this right here, productrise.app. And what Productrise now does, it starts to look for your sitemap. It extracts all your URLs, and you can find your product pages in here, and you can add them collectively to a product feed. The thing is, I was hiding these products from my sitemap because I didn't want everyone to find out that I was running this experiment. And so I will add them manually for now. And let's see what Productrise now does, and I've already done this some time ago, but what Productrise does, it starts to scan your website for the price, for descriptions, titles, so that it can create a basic feed. And that's what I did. That's what you see here. If I click on the public feed URL, you'll see a small little feed. And that's what I added to Productrise about 2 months ago. So this experiment has been running for quite some time. I added my products on the 1st of December. 1 day later, they were approved by Google Merchant Center. And so I was waiting, all right, am I going to rank my products? And for, 2 months, almost 2 months, it was just crickets. They weren't showing up in Google until 3 days ago when I actually used our own Supplemental Feeds feature. Now, if you've watched my previous video, you'll know all about this. If you haven't watched it, basically, long story short, is users of Productrise can now create a supplemental feed. And what that does is you can optimize your product feed using AI-generated product titles, descriptions. You can find missing images, and you can find missing attributes of your products. And what Productrise does is it will create a supplemental feed that you can add to Merchant Center. And that's exactly what I did. So if I go to my data sources in Merchant Center, you'll see the primary source, which is just the three products that I created. It's this one that I originally created. But what I did 3 days ago is I created a supplemental feed, which includes more information. I selected all my products and I started generating better titles for it. I started to optimize for certain keywords. I created richer descriptions with more keywords. And also I found missing images that I didn't yet include in my original feed, and a whole bunch of product attributes that I could add to my product feed. And this was all added inside a supplemental feed that I then added to Google's Merchant Center. And that was 3 days ago. And now look what happens when I Google this product incognito and I start to look for the first organic shopping results. This is my traditional webpage. This is not what I'm looking for. What I'm really looking for is the product grid. And here you go. And number 2, there's my product. And it's ranking with the rich data from my supplemental feed, which is really cool. It has found these additional images. I've added it to the supplemental feed. And mind you, these images are not that great, but still it's good enough for Google to rank my product on page 1, which is, to me, it's really cool. And so if I go inside my app and let me just see what that looks like in reality, I will find my keyword. Let me see, the champagne wall. I'm tracking a bunch of keywords here. So a champagne wall for a wedding. And let's see if I start to show up, and look at that. If I select my own product right now, as of this morning, I am ranking on the first page for this query, which to me is totally nuts. Again, it's a fake web shop, but since I have such an optimized product feed, Google is still ranking this for the keywords that I want to rank for. And so I'm going to keep experimenting. I'm going to keep an eye out for this, because maybe in a month I will start to gain more traction as well for other keywords that I've optimized for. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. If you want more information about how you can do this for yourself, just visit the Productrise website and you'll find tons of information there. There's a free tier available that you can use without having to add your credit card, so you can poke around and learn from your keywords, learn from your competitors. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.